Welcome back into the GSMC Sports Podcast. Now moving into our next segment here where LeBron James is expected to decline his player option, which does not come as a huge surprise. It sounded like LeBron was going to want to get one more type of a payday for him, but it does also put that little bit of extra pressure on the Lakers, I think, as well. Now, LeBron, it does seem like he's at a point in his career where according to the reporting surrounding this Lakers head coaching search, that they've been told by LeBron that he wants them to sort of prioritize Anthony Davis for who they choose to be the replacement of Darvin Ham after they fired him following their playoff exit. And I don't think that LeBron is necessarily... you saw him around the trade deadline sort of doing the little things to get the media talking and trying to put a little bit of pressure on the Lakers, talking about the tweets that he was firing off, the cryptic messages, and wearing that Knicks towel and all that sort of BS that gets aggregated because it's LeBron James, because it's the Lakers, and ultimately it's all stupid. But at the same time, LeBron does know this, and for that reason, he's put pressure on the Lakers in the past to try and make some moves. Now, he has an out now, and I think that the most likely scenario here is that he's going to remain with the Lakers. Probably from here on out, we're going to see him go back to his old philosophy of sort of having outs after every year. When he came to LA, there was a sense that he really wanted to legitimately live that LA lifestyle for, the foreseeable future, which is why after years in Miami and Cleveland of seeing him agree to these deals that would give him these types of player options just about every offseason, and he could rework his deal, make more money, and he wouldn't have to be locked up in a situation that he didn't want to be in. He trusted the Lakers that I want to be here for the next few years. Let's just get this deal done. And now is the point where LeBron James, at what is he now, 38 years old, that he can sort of take back a little bit of power to some degree, but I also don't think that he has necessarily that same level of power that he did for many years in the NBA, where if he were to leave a franchise, it would sort of have them entirely crumble and topple. But now at this point, we've talked about this on the show in the past, I don't think it would be the most devastating thing in the world for the Lakers if LeBron were to leave. Now, the Lakers seem like they are going to want to do whatever it takes to keep LeBron, because why wouldn't you, from both a business and basketball perspective? But at the same time, if they wanted to go into a resetting of sorts and, resetting, rebuilding, whatever you, I suppose, want to call it, either way, they can still recover from that, I think, in a decent way, because when in the past it seems like when LeBron James wants you to trade your future draft capital, you have to do so. And the Lakers held off on it because they didn't know how much longer LeBron was going to be in LA. And they still don't necessarily to some degree, but again, it's that sort of balance of power between LeBron and a front office. And now, again, like I mentioned, I think that LeBron is going to be back in LA for next season. He's at least put it out there. The fact that his top priority isn't going to sign where Bronny James is, at least for the upcoming, 2024-25 season, that he will be okay sort of not having to be with Bronny. Now, the Lakers are obviously heavily tied to Bronny James, and I have a hard time imagining if they are sitting there with the 55th overall pick that if Bronny is available, they're going to feel so strongly about another prospect that they wouldn't do that, at least, again, from the business perspective of it all, plus whatever upside Bronny may have. But that's why yesterday, when we talked about Bronny's decision to stay in the NBA draft and, give up his college eligibility, I don't think it just means that for any of these teams, if they draft LeBron James, like specifically the Phoenix Suns are one of the teams that Bronny is going to work out for. If the Suns were to draft Bronny, I don't think that that means that LeBron is going to just immediately sign with the Suns, and especially considering their financial situation, LeBron would have to go there on a veteran minimum. And I also do think there's probably, and there's a whole lot that's packed into it. Bron has made more than enough money throughout the course of his career. He's still not going to turn down, I think, the opportunity to make more to set up his family for generations. But also, I feel like LeBron has enough of an understanding of the reality of the entire NBA landscape, and that him taking a veteran minimum contract I'm not saying definitively would, but could definitely have a ripple effect on the market for other stars. And again, I think that LeBron, who's been in this league long enough, who's been in the limelight specifically as the premier player for just about the entire time he was there, he does sort of understand the importance that he has in regards to his peers in terms of being able to put everybody in best position to make money. So again, I don't think that this is a situation where LeBron is just going to take a veteran minimum contract wherever. Now, there are other teams, a team that we didn't necessarily talk about yesterday, but for the Philadelphia 76ers, if they were to take Bronny, they also have a max contract spot available. So maybe that would be something that would be more feasible to me. Again, I think that LeBron is going to want to try and run it back one more time with the Lakers. Now, it is interesting to sort of see, from what it sounds like, his priority is still trying to win a championship. And headed into his age 40 season, maybe he feels like he does still have a chance to do so with this Lakers squad. Now, I don't necessarily know about that. The Lakers have a little bit more flexibility this offseason to maybe try and bring in a third star. There was just a report that came out yesterday. I at least saw the Bleacher Report notification of it. I can see if I can maybe quickly look through it here and such, but that the Athletic reported that the Lakers are looking to prioritize having depth in this offseason as opposed to going out for that third star, which I think is probably, a pretty solid approach if you ask me, considering the fact that they already do have incredible play. You look at that playoff series against the Nuggets, Anthony Davis played in what I thought one of his best playoff series of his career. LeBron James was very good himself as well, but it was just no help outside of those two that, I think that going out to sort of hunt the margins or such and, bring in depth and talent around the two of them, that's probably, again, I think the Lakers are probably at a point where they are past truly contending and being favorites for an NBA Finals, but they, when you have those two players, they already have the top end star talent. As long as they are still themselves, it's hard to fully rule them out. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section in terms of what LeBron is going to do this offseason and whether or not, if he stays with the Lakers, that they can remain championship competitive. But we are now going to be taking our next break here, and when we come back on the other side, there were a variety of different reports that came out in the past couple days regarding Jimmy Butler and the potential of him leaving Miami this offseason. So stick with us. We will be right back and dive more into that after this quick break.